It's great to have your company again, Gemini, for this month, October 2025. I'm Dadici from astrology.com.au, and as you can see, I've already got the wheel moving here. This zone of friendships is going to constitute an important theme this month. Firstly, because you've got the position of Neptune and Saturn, both retrograde here, just at the commencement of your sector that regulates friendships. Neptune is the planet of confusion. Saturn is the planet of concretization. So there could be something nebulous about the friendships now. This has been happening for some time. But why it's important this month, what highlights it and accentuates it, is this movement of the moon, which makes its way here into its full moon shining glory on the 7th. And so I think by the beginning of the second week of October, you're likely to see or experience some insights. This may come through some emotional connection with a friend. It tells me very, very clearly you've been over-idealizing people, maybe to this point, putting people on a pedestal, then realizing, hey, maybe they're just human like me. That stuff happens. Here we see some important developments with your ruling planet in the 6th house. Just at the beginning of the second week of the month, Mercury, your ruler, moving into a tightening conjunction with Mars, which rules this 6th house. So whenever there's a connection with the planet, which is your ruler, if it rules the ascendant or the moon or your sun sign, as it does in this reading, then it has an impact on health and well-being. The physical body is connected to the 1st house, and this 6th house has to do with health, vitality, and most importantly, your day-to-day routine. We can't discount the fact that mostly our health and well-being is determined by those small incremental acts, those little habits that we have day by day in life that constitute long-term impact. And here you are being asked to investigate, look at those micro activities that compound over time and create health problems. What we see, however, is some good news. The second part of the full moon in the 11th house is the new moon that's going to take place here in this 5th house. And again, similar to what we saw with the 6th house, Mars, the ruler of the 6th there, Venus, a friend to you and also the ruler of the 5th house, negates all this disease quality. 5th house undoes the 6th house. In other words, as well as what most astrologers describe as the 5th house, love affairs, creativity, children, this also has to do with health and well-being, because it is the 12th house to the 6th house. The new moon here on the 21st is very, very powerful. It shows that you're prepared now to change the way you've been working, the way you've been living, the way you've been eating. A new moon is a fresh start, a whole new perspective. And it's not something that is imposed. It is something that arises spontaneously, which is the nature of this 5th house. The whole nature of creativity is that improvisational or spiritual expression which arises without any overlay of the mind. In other words, you may have some sort of epiphany at this time about your health and how to best improve things. You'll see there that on the 24th, the position of the sun in that 6th house is also bringing attention to this area. For one moment there, you had 4 planets there just before the moon left that zone. Still, It's a focal point in the very last few days of the month, and one which I think is a positive for you, as I said, because it gives you some insight. These are sometimes subtle things that you can't easily articulate. In other words, just sensing that certain foods are not for you, eating at different times, that the way you're approaching your exercise regime, all of these sorts of things. And there may be many others that come to you in the course of your research and insight, but they spontaneously arise. And the good news is that the outcome for this month is generally improved health. There's also improved communication, as we can see from the very last transit of Mercury into the zone of relationships. A little bit edgy because you've got that direct opposition. You see the red line here between Mercury and Uranus. So that's going to be very, very important. You have to be careful because fun and creative banter can sometimes deteriorate into out and out war with Mars here as well. So do watch that. Find out a little more. Check the links out here. Before you do that, don't forget to subscribe and like us. It helps us continue and spread the word. And then pop over and have a look at what we have there for you for the month of October. Additional transits, chronological information that I may not have addressed here that you may want to find out about, especially with that 10th house career combo of Neptune and Saturn. That's important as well. A little bit stifling, but I focus more on your health this month. Do join me next month. I look forward to your company again as usual. Take care now. Bye-bye.